Man, I love that intro. It's so dope. It's the most interactive online social media show, the Overtime Sports Show. I am AV.
What up? Your boy G-Man from a G and a Pimp, 2 to 7 right here on 97 on the box. But we got a good show today, man. I can't wait.
I can't get past these titles you got under your name, though. You got to jump into that, man.
Well, I figured people were going to ask me, they wanted to know where they could reach me at. So, obviously, G-Man 979 on Tinder, OnlyFans. I forgot Dolly Madison. Dolly Madison on there, too.
Yeah, you're a faithful Dolly Madison participant.
Yeah. I'm really trying to do really big on the OnlyFans. I'm trying to make some money. I'm trying to do a subscription for 30 days for like $3 for 30 days.
Yeah, but you got Kristen Mingle on that, too. Like, what do you do on Kristen Mingle? Are you like fasting and praying, or what's going on? What's up, Tristan?
I'm just mingling.
Okay.
I'm just mingling.
Lord, appreciate you guys checking in. Be sure to like, share, and comment tonight. YouTube, Facebook Live. We are here. The Overtime Sports Show. We're ready to mingle with you. Hear your comments. See what you have to say as we recap the highlights of this week. And I'm excited to bring my homie, the comedian, radio personality, the father, H-Town's own professor, the one and only Marcus D. Wiley is with us today on the Overtime Show. What's up, homie?
What up, AV? G-Man, what's good, baby?
Hey, man, what's poppin'?
Y'all all right?
Yeah, all right, man. It's all Overtime Sports, and I see your name tag is a little different, too, man. You got Chasing Charlie on there.
Yeah, that's my cash app. I got kids. I got kids, and so all I do is for the children.
It's for the kids.
It's for the kids. It's for the kids.
Marcus love the kids.
I love my kids.
Yeah, he love his kids. I'm sorry. You're going to be on Christian Mingle, too, with G-Man and Dolly Madison. Y'all going to be together. Dolly Madison.
And G-Man say he be mingling.
Yeah, he be mingling. I don't know Marcus. I tried to get him to go in depth, but he was surface with it tonight. He didn't want to open up.
Hey, after I had my vasectomy, I wanted to lose with no juice, baby.
That's exactly how you gonna start tonight. What's up, George? Appreciate you checking in with us tonight, man. Let's start off the top. Marcus Wiley is a graduate of Texas Southern University, and TSU got a COVID problem right now, Marcus.
Listen, that shouldn't be the only problem TSU had. When I was there, we had a chlamydia problem, but it's always a problem. You know what I'm saying? But the good part about TSU, they will overcome. You see
yes, sir. Yeah, they had to cancel sporting events this weekend, from baseball to football to softball. There's a COVID-19 outbreak that's taking place. So TSU is off the schedule right now. And we know, G-Man and Marcus, this season, we've had to deal with a lot of COVID pause and a lot of our athletics. So it's not something that's uncommon. It's kind of like the new norm what we have to deal with.
Yeah, definitely. You know, all universities and whatnot, programs been struggling with it. I'm surprised, really, it's taken this long for it to hit third ward. But again, they'll overcome. They'll get back.
Yeah.
It's like COVID's been hitting a lot of people. I know the Astros got hit with the COVID as well. They had like 4 or 5 players on the COVID list. I don't know if it's direct tracing or if they actually have it. I think they were just around somebody. So
yeah, and it's amazing how that broke out, because you and I, G-Man, we were bragging last week. The Astros were 6-1, and all of a sudden now they're 6-6 with a COVID outbreak.
Yeah,
hopefully COVID will get some more wins or something. I don't know. Maybe it gets rejuvenized or something. I don't know.
Yeah. AJ Hinch came back in town, man, and beat the mess out of us. It was like I felt like he said, "Listen, I'm gonna show y'all who was the real source behind the success of this team." And they came in and swept us, man.
They'll be in Seattle tonight. They get to win this weekend. Shoot.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get it. The good news about it is you got 160 something games, so we'll be right back on board. But G-Man, you know what time it is.
Third. NBA Minute, y'all. That's what it is. Brought to you by Hennessy. Never stop, never settle. The spirit of the NBA. Now, the Nuggets, man, a lot of people had the Nuggets being one of the top teams, maybe competing for the finals in the West. Big injury with Jamal Murray out with a torn ACL, man. It's a no contact injury, one of the worst ones, man, where you just twist your knee on your own. And that's a big blow. That dude he came on strong last year in the playoffs, man. He's looking good this year, too. So,
yeah, it's gonna be tough for the Nuggets to bounce back. And Marcus, I know you play basketball, so man, how tough is it for an NBA player, especially or a player in general, just to come back from a torn ACL
The tough part now is mentally, because now with all this advanced technology and medicine, man, it's not as bad as it was having a torn ACL in the 80s or the 90s. So it's more mental. But I think he's a tough cat. He'll be all right, and I do believe Denver. People think they're gonna fall off without him, but I actually believe they're gonna be better.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And they equip. I mean, the way that the team is structured now, they're definitely one of the top teams in the league. Matter of fact, the Rockets play them tonight. Do we have a chance to beat them, G-Man? Do you think the Rockets can come off this losing streak? We're on a 5-game losing streak. Can we get them tonight?
I thought that maybe they had a chance. Jamal Murray out, but I mean, I hope they win. I'm Red Nation till I die, but man, I just can't see it. I can't see it tonight, though, man. I don't know. I'm hoping. I'm praying. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I told G-Man Wiley, I said I want the Rockets to lose every game they can, because I'm trying to get this top draft pick. We're going to be in the top 3. I think we can do it as the worst team. I want us to fall and lose every game we can.
But I don't know who we would get. I mean, I don't see anybody in this year's draft. We need like a man. I think we have some nice requisite pieces, but we need a dude again. And I don't think it's a dude in this particular draft. So, I know we're gonna lose. Let me say that, G-Man. You can pray and mingle all you want to with the Christians. Rockets losing.
Yeah, we lose. Because I think about it, you got Woods, you got Porter. They just brought Amani Brooks up, of course, from the he played with the University of Houston. He's on the team. So you got a few foundational pieces, and like you said, we're going to need somebody through free agency to come in. But I think if you're able, what's the guy? I think Cunningham that played at Oklahoma State. I know he's one of the top. Yeah, he's one of the top players, young players coming out in the draft this year. So if you're able to secure him somehow and then add some veteran presence next year, what do you think about? You think about just the veteran presence that we have. We've almost forgotten about Eric Gordon, man. It's like Eric Gordon got pushed to the side.
He still play for us?
Yeah, he's been injured, but it's almost like he's the forgotten man now.
Oh, I thought he got traded. I thought we let him go.
No, he went on the injury reserve list, which messed up us trading.
Yeah, you wanted him traded.
Yeah, I wanted him out of there, but he got injured. He pulled that hamstring, and he's been out. And so that's why I said it's amazing that I look at you and G-Man tonight, and y'all have forgotten about it. Y'all forgot about Gordon, man.
Well, to me, G-Man, AV, the Rockets messed up by not getting rid of everybody when they should have.
Yeah,
I thought when Harden went to them, from what I heard, he went to them right after the playoffs last year. Said he wasn't going, he wasn't going to sign in, buy whatever they called it for the next few years. He wanted out. I thought we should have got rid of him. The Nets offered a really good deal in the beginning. I thought the Rockets should have taken that deal where they would have got Dinwiddie, LeVert, Allen with the fro. It was somebody else on the pick. And those would have been just some nice pieces until we were able to get the main dog. Yeah.
And a lot of people say, G-Man, that we kind of got robbed with our trade of Harden. They don't feel like that we got enough in return.
We did.
That's like everything in Houston sports right now. Hopkins left, the Texans, we ain't getting nothing for him.
Yep.
I mean, look at that. I mean, he's definitely a top 2 receiver, top 3 receiver in the league.
Yep.
And to get peanuts for that dude is just And then look at Miami, what they doing.
I like that. We're currently 14 in the West and shining strong. I want us to be 15 or 16. Can we be 15 in the West? Keep it going. I'm loving it. Listen, y'all may be mad, but AV is enjoying all this losing taking place in this city because I think we can get assets and draft picks. That's all I'm worried about right now. I know we're rebuilding. Man, listen, LaMarcus Aldridge retired. He just signed with the Nets. And, of course, he had to retire because he's been dealing with heart issues for years. And it just really kind of recently got bad in the last game that they played. The doctors advised him that it was probably best for him to retire. And think about NBA players and how we've seen so many players put their health and family first. And I think for me, it's a good thing. But, I don't know how you fellas feel about that. You think about it. He's on the Nets. They got a chance to win the championship. Do you chance it? Or do you just continue to put your health first?
I mean, I look at it this way, bro. He's played 15 years in the league. Dude, 35 years old. He made a lot of guap in this league, man. He's definitely set for life. His kids are set for life, and his grandkids are set, man. So, why put yourself through that, man? You're 35. I mean, who wouldn't want to go and get a ring this year? But like he said, he put basketball first, and now it's time to put his health and family first, man. I ain't mad at the dude.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. I'm not mad at him at all. Plus, like G-Man say, he's made a lot of money. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, man, you know, a championship would be nice, but, you know, eating from all areas of the menu is nicer. Living where you want to live is nicer. Driving what you want to drive is nicer.
Yeah.
Vacation where you want to go is nicer. So,
and being alive is nicer.
And being alive is nicer.
Yeah. 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 We know that. What's up, Gary Mays? Appreciate you, man, checking in with us tonight. And think about it. AD is back with the Lakers. LeBron is on the men back. And I know Steve Nash said with the Nets that, you know, he probably won't have a full lineup until playoff time. So, you know, AD has been cleared to practice, and the Nets are trying to get healthy for the playoff run. Who do you think is going to affect the most, man? Who do you think, you know, when it comes to the championship run, who's in a better position for a title run? The Nets or the Lakers?
I think the Lakers do. I mean, you know, the Nets can't stay healthy, man. I don't know what's going on with them boys. They just can't stay healthy. Yeah. Lakers, I think LeBron, you know, you can count on him in the playoffs. You know, AD showed what he can do last year. I think the Lakers have a better shot this year than the Nets, although they're in different conferences, but they can still meet up. But I think I like the Lakers' chances better.
Yeah, I'm the same with you, G, man. It's the Lakers. To me, nobody in the league scares LeBron. You know, it's nobody that he looks at and go, I don't know about this person. Mm-hmm. Now, I feel like this. If the Nets make it to the finals, I feel like they're gonna win because it's gonna be personal, for them. However, I don't think they're gonna make it to the finals. So right now, I have the Lakers winning.
You know, who do you have beating the Nets though? Who do you have?
You got to look about it. You got to think about the Philadelphia 76ers got a
squad,
and they got a game tonight against the Clippers, which is going to be it's kind of like a preview of the finals. It could be the Nets. I mean, the Clippers and the 76ers tonight is going to be a great game, and you got a healthy 76er team, man. They're tough, man. They're going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, that's who I have. I have the 76ers. Yeah, I picked them coming out of the East from the beginning of the year, and I think I think they on pace to do it.
Listen, I think James Harden is saying both you and G-Man are underestimating his playoff power. His playoff pedigree.
I've seen his playoff power, AV. I've seen it. I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. And you know, Gary Mays is a big-time Lakers fan, so you know he got all kind of people in the Eastern Conference. Philadelphia, the Celtics, the Nets. He don't know who he wants, but he got
the West. He said Lakers in 6 against anybody.
Yeah, he wants the Lakers. So, you know, I think I'm looking for a Lakers-Nets final. I just think, you know, for some reason, I think the whistles and the NBA is just going to try to get it that way, because I think it'll be definitely a better for the viewership of seeing the Nets and the Lakers ball out. And I think playoff James Harden is definitely going to show up. So it's going to be good. Man, you know, I'm still a little bitter about James Harden leaving, but that's a whole nother personal story on my end. We know that we're getting ready for the Hall of Fame enshrinements, and we found out that MJ is going to present the late Kobe Bryant at the Hall of Fame enshrinement. I think this is good because we know Kobe looked up to Michael Jordan. He talked about when he was a young NBA player, several conversations that he had with Mike and how Mike was able to help him sharpen and develop his game and to get focused. So I think this is a great honor for Michael to be able to introduce or to present Kobe, rather, at the Hall of Fame enshrinement. And y'all know I got to ask the question. I got to throw it out. Kobe or Michael? Who's the better player?
I got to go Michael. We got to go Michael, man. I like Kobe, don't get me wrong, but the things that Michael did, I don't know. What do you think, Marcus?
That's a tough one. I like Kobe more than I like Mike, but I give respect to Mike, so I'm gonna go with Mike. I'm gonna give it to Mike, but you know, I like Kobe more than Mike. I wasn't a Michael Jordan fan. I rooted against him, and every time I lost. Every time.
Yeah, I did too. I was the same way.
Yeah, every time. Yeah, all of us. I think, you know, I tell people I was never at that particular time because I was solely, y'all know I'm H-Town 120%. So I was always Rockets in that era. And even with Kobe, I was still rolling with the Rockets, but being able to appreciate what both of those guys brought to the NBA and to the league is a good thing.
It's gonna be the same debate like in boxing. Muhammad Ali is gonna be the greatest of all time. People gonna say, "Oh, Mayweather and Cesar Chavez," but it goes back to Muhammad Ali. He's still this Michael Jordan. You can't say just because Muhammad Ali lost some fights, he wasn't the greatest. I mean,
right.
I mean,
they both made an impact.
Yeah.
Both made an impact on the league, and we look up. I mean, it's a great conversation when you can talk about both of them. Yeah. When you can bring both of their names up, it shows the impact that they had not only on the league but us worldwide, and they have a worldwide impact. Carlton said he's going with Mike, of course, MJ, and a lot of people do. I just think it depends on the era that you came up in, that you grew up in, because there are a lot of people who love MJ, Kobe, and even, of course, LeBron now. There are people who celebrate and love him. And we got to give it up. 94-95, baby. We got to give it up for the Houston Rockets, Rudy Tomjanovich. Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion. Yeah, he's being enshrined into the Hall of Fame. And I love it because twofold, Calvin Murphy is going to be one of the presenters, and then Akeem Olajuwon, because, him and Calvin were definitely best friends back when they played for the Rockets. They could have won a championship back in the days. They lost to the Lakers, of course, in the Western Conference Final. Then they lost, I think, in the championship to Boston. Yeah. But and of course, with Akeem Olajuwon, he was able to win back-to-back titles. But where do you see Rudy Tomjanovich, man, as far as his impact on the league?
Man, Rudy, we love Rudy here in H-Town. Even though he won the 2 championships as a head coach, he's more affectionately known for getting punched.
Yeah, I know. I know, man. That punch.
Never underestimate. Never underestimate the ability to take a punch.
He took one good.
You ever go back and watch that video when he come across the court? Bro, that is don't hit a quitter for real.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm talking about night.
Yeah, well, people underestimate even Akeem Olajuwon. You remember that's when the league, man, you could throw punches back then, man. And Akeem was nobody to underestimate.
Hey, him and Ralph Sampson. I remember when they both used to swing on board.
Yeah.
Remember the Lakers that Hakeem threw that big old roundhouse with the big glasses, the big white dude?
Yeah. Contact, I think. No, his name's Yeah.
He's now or something like that for the Lakers or something like that. Yeah, but
he laid him out back then. So I'm excited, that Rudy finally was able to get into the Hall of Fame. Well deserved, and to see him and be in the class with Kobe Bryant as well is it's definitely a good thing. So congratulations to them both. Of course, this NBA Minute, G-Man, has been brought to you by who?
Hennessy. Never stop. Never settle the spirit of the NBA. Of course, you can catch the NBA Minute every day, Monday through Friday, 2 to 7, with myself and the pimp.
Hennessy.
I can use some Hennessy right about.
Y'all can send me a care package.
Yeah, Marcus got a ministry surrounded with Hennessy, man.
Oh yeah, they definitely take care of us. So
yes, sir.
I'll be sitting at my church.
Yeah, he do Hennessy and honey buns, so you know that. Let's roll over to the NBA, the NFL rather. The NFL sends out a memo. It says it's expecting all team operational staff to get the vaccine unless they have a bona fide reason not to, which will be one of two things, which is religion and or you have for health reasons. What do you think about this? Because they saying they're going to have a tier 1 and a tier 2. If you're part of the tier 1 and tier 2 and you don't get the vaccine, then you're not going to be able to get close to the players. D-Rob and Nate Show, appreciate you checking in. You're not going to be able to get close to the players on the field. They said that if you operate in one of these without getting the vaccine, you won't be able to get close to the players. Of course, the players are still trying to work out whether they're going to get the vaccine or not. But what do you think about this rule? Because I feel like in a lot of instances, G-Man and Marcus, jobs are kind of going in this direction, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Travel, cruises, flights, they're gonna start having everybody be vaccinated. So actually yesterday was my 14-day last vaccination. I'm totally vaccinated now. So I'm gonna go throw my mask like a graduation cap.
Oh Lord.
No, but I ain't gonna do that. I'm just kidding. I was gonna go. I ain't gonna do that. I'm still gonna wear it, but I'm fully vaccinated. But I think it's a good look, man, because this is gonna be our new norm, man. It's gonna look at Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. They're like, you cannot cruise with us if you don't get this vaccination.
Yeah.
My kids are like, I ain't getting that. They're trying to kill everybody. I'm like, well, you ain't going out of town with us, then you ain't going to Mexico. You ain't.
It's tough, man.
I don't like it, but I understand. I'm not vaccinated. I feel like, if you grew up taking baths with your cousins, you good. I feel like if you drank hydrant water from from the water hose outside,
yes, sir,
you good.
We just
jump in the Johnson baby powder, you good.
Yeah.
So
leave that Johnson baby powder alone right now, though.
Yeah.
We were swimming in the ditches when it was raining. That was our swimming pool.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? If you had Can-4 for neek, you good. So, but my thing is, I get what the NFL and the cruise lines and everything they're trying to do, because they want to keep down as much liability for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So, they want everybody to get vaccinated, so that way everybody can kind of be a herd community on one accord, So I get it, but I'm not.
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough. And I know a lot of those people get jobs, especially in position at the NFL, because they want to be close, to the players. But at the same time, the NFL is trying to protect the players. And speaking of protection, Rams defensive tackle Aaron Donald was accused of assault. Vincent Springs said that Aaron Donald broke a bone in his head. He had a broken nose, a sprain, and broken arm, and needed 16 stitches when they were hanging out. And so, but today, Aaron Donald's attorney said that they have a video that shows that Mr. Springs swung at him first, and then people at the bar jumped in and started fighting with Mr. Springs, and Aaron actually jumped in to stop them from beating him up. So when you think about these NFL players, man, and being in these certain environments, should they have better protection with them, man? Or is, you see this as a constant thing of people trying to sue them? Because it's easy to try to provoke a fight with somebody or get into a fight with somebody after some drinks.
Yeah.
And then turn around and say, I'm going to sue you, because this is a difficult situation. I think Mr. Springs probably don't know allegedly who hit it, but Aaron Donald is the big man in the crowd, so why not go after him?
Yeah.
Good point.
Well, the football player Aaron Donald, he don't need protection, obviously. But those football players, man, I think sometimes when guys see them, they already know, man, this is a possible payday. And so football players and an athlete, really, where your salary is advertised and everybody know what you make, everybody know who you are, you definitely have to be careful. You can't hang at Chili's. You can't hang at, you can't be everywhere where everybody at and not expect at some point, some type of altercation. So, I don't think he did it, but I think he finished it.
Yeah.
I think he started it, but I think he finished it.
I think he had something to do with it. But like I said, when you're drinking and you got the adrenaline flowing, man. I mean, I've been around athletes where you see them walk in the club, and they walk in like, can't nobody tell me shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just depends. I mean, what situation he was in. They got a video of it, then let's see it. Video doesn't lie,
Yeah, we need a lot of videos. And speaking of, since we're saying video, man, I wish it was some videos of Deshaun Watson and these 22 women, because we went up to 23, but one lady backed out when the judges ruled that the 22 women who filed a suit, whether civil or, because I know it's about 3 of them that did a legal suit on it, that their names had to be revealed. Of course, Tony Busby had them as Jane Doe on the civil suits, but now a judge ruled that everybody has to reveal their names. And then, of course, just a couple of days ago, a young lady came out, and she was the 23rd person who said that she wasn't even a massage therapist, that she was a makeup artist who he asked to give her a massage. And now she's saying that she wants a kind of minimum settlement in this situation. So the saga continues with Deshaun Watson, man. Where do we stand on this? Because remember, Rusty Harden said that some of the encounters were consensual.
And that's where the slippery slope is at. because before all this went down, they were saying I never did that, I deny it, and now it's like, oh well, it's consensual. So I mean, I was a diehard believer that he didn't do it, but I still leaning that he didn't, but like you say, with the Aaron Donald, there's people out there want to get payday. There's girls out there who want to get that money too. I mean, they're going to do whatever they can, and you can't put yourself in that situation, man. You just can't.
Yeah. But I mean, when you think about it, G-Man, when Rusty comes out and says, Deshaun said some of these were consensual, I mean, does that change how you view the whole situation now?
I mean, he's not married. I mean, he got a girl and all, but at the time he's not married. So, I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, I don't want to say who wouldn't, but you can't blame the guy if it was consensual. You can't blame him. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah, because Tony Busby said Deshaun may believe that they were consensual, but he says out of his 22 clients, none of them said it was consensual.
Man, let me tell you this. This is where I stand. I got so much to say on this. I'm gonna try to cut it down. This is where I stand on this. First of all, you just talked about this latest one, AV, where it starts off by saying another masseuse comes out, but then later on it says she's not a licensed masseuse, correct?
Right. She's a makeup artist, makeup lady. Yes, yeah. She's nowhere near a masseuse. Yeah.
Right, but it read like another one. She was a masseuse, but he asked a massage. Watch this. He asked the makeup lady for a massage.
Yeah.
Now that took me back to when I was in college, living the rioter's life, having a good time. That's how everything popped off in college. Hey, let me get a massage. See, this massage thing is really a code. It's really like that's your way of saying, look, we done ate, we done small talk. Now it's time to get down to business. And so he asked for a massage, and that's what they do. They give a massage. And now, to be honest, I feel like he may have been inappropriate. I think a lot of guys in general may have been inappropriate in our lives. However, only because he's an athlete is it not considered like, this big cloud. And what I mean by that is he's young. What is he, like 24?
25. Yeah.
He's 25, and I'm not giving him a pass because it's going to be a good lesson for him. I'm just saying, but being inappropriate is not criminal. It's inappropriate. It's inappropriateness. It's not something criminal. And the way that everybody has just kind of collapsed on him, it just makes it seem like, whoa, where all this coming from all of a sudden out the blue. So I'm not saying he was not inappropriate, but it's inappropriate criminal. Hell, I've asked for many massages in my day.
Yeah, because like how Carlton said, he's a $160 million man who was throwing his weight around. And hey, it's going to be a great lesson because, like I said, only maybe 2 or 3 ladies are trying to take it, to a criminal suit out of the 22, 23 that 5, 1 backed out, of course. So it's going to be a real lesson for him when he comes out of this situation. He's going to lose money. We don't know, because if you've done anything to assault a woman, you know where we stand on that.
Oh no,
we don't condone that at all.
That's different.
Yeah.
I'm speaking on being inappropriate.
Yeah. What do you think?
Speaking on assault.
What do y'all think this does for his reputation, man? Can he come back? Will he be able to come back? Because I know, depending on how he comes out in this, you'll deal with the NFL. The Texans have already said they're just letting the legal process do what it's going to do. How do you think he'll be able to bounce back from this?
He'll have a job as soon as it's over.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
Carolina Panthers are still interested.
If worst come to worst, who's the one team in the NFL? Don't care if you're a drug dealer, you're a criminal. Who hire you? Cowboys. Somebody will, and they're the team that they will do whatever they can, and they don't care what you did. I used to live in Dallas when Michael Irvin played on the team, and I a friend of mine was the backup safety behind
Woodson.
Yeah, and the guy that I knew, he was his personal driver. So he would tell me, like, we would play back in the day. It was a Dreamcast game, right? So and I know we're getting off the subject, but he would tell me, "Hey man, you gonna come over tonight? We're gonna play football." I'm like, "Yeah." Then I He called me later and says, hey, I need to come to your house. I'm like, why? He goes, Mike here with 3 white chicks. I'm like, oh, man.
Mike is enjoying the benefits of the league.
So he come to my house. We playing Dreamcast, busting in his apartment.
Yeah. Mike enjoying the benefits of the league. That's what he was doing. But Carolina's still interested. But would you try to trade him right now? I'm of the opinion. I think the value of him right now is real low. I would not trade him right now. I'll just hold on to him. We know we're not going to have a good team this year. Regardless of it, I want to hold on to him till we can kind of get to a understanding or settlement with all of these civil lawsuits that are out against him. I want to get past this cloud that's over him and then try to trade him maybe next year. But I wouldn't try to trade him this year, even though Carolina is still interested. But how do you fellas feel about that?
I think the Texans ought to just go to him and say, listen, we can make all this go away if you just say you want to play for us.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah. I'm with that.
Ding, ding.
I'm with that because, I don't want to see him go anywhere. I mean, I've been waiting for a franchise quarterback forever, and then all of this happened. So, G-Man, maybe you can send some Christian Mingle his way to get him help right now.
Yeah, that was coming from my church, Grace Church, right there on the Gulf Freeway. Come on,
show him a little grace. Show him a little grace.
But like Mark just said earlier, man, he's a young dude. I mean, he's gonna learn from this. You can't trust everybody. You know what I mean? You can say, hey, you know what? Come over, let's just hang out, me and you. But when you got $160 million in the bank, man, or $1 million in the bank, you just can't trust people, man. Look at Tiger Woods. What happened to Tiger Woods?
Yeah,
it's tough.
And
they're gonna start chirping, and they want that money.
Yeah, it's just different. I mean, some of the ladies may have had a UPS guy that's been inappropriate, or a guy that worked at Coca-Cola or something. But when Deshaun is inappropriate, this is what's happening.
160 million. Name is bigger. And I think for a lot of people, like you think about it, even with the makeup artists, a lot of people think that if I can do a massage for Deshaun, that'll send my name up higher. If I can use him as a point of reference, I don't expect it to go to the left, but if I can use him as a point of reference, I think it's going to benefit me. And I think a lot of them in that situation thought, but like we said, we don't want you to cross the line. And if you did that, then that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah, for sure.
Marcus D. Wiley, man, we appreciate you hanging out with us today, homie.
Yeah.
Man, thank y'all for letting me come into the overtime, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Tell everybody how they can keep up with you, go overtime with you with the Hennessy and Honey Bun Ministry.
Man, everything is Marcus D. Wiley. Marcus D. Wiley. That's Instagram. That's Twitter. Website. I think I am Marcus D. Wiley on Facebook. I don't know, man. Just Google me. I'm Googleable.
You guys
Googleable.
OnlyFans?
No, G-Man, I ain't got on that shit. I'm old, man. I don't know about all that stuff that you got on your handle down there. I don't know about all that.
Marcus, please don't follow G-Man. This boy go from Madison to Christian Mingle. Please, it's a whole lot of sin somewhere in between those two.
Remember the saying, I'm on the loop with no juice, baby.
Marcus D. Wiley, appreciate you, homie.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Have a good one.
Thank you for joining us on the Overtime Show. Man, it's always a joy to have your people with you, man. Hanging out with you is definitely a great thing. And we got a shout out to Serena Williams, man. She signed a content deal with Amazon Studios. They're going to do a documentary that will follow her on and off the court. And I'm excited about it because, she won so many Wimbledon tournaments. And I think it's a good deal for her. This shows G-Man not only being an athlete, but somebody who's knowing how to take your brand and to capitalize monetarily off of it.
Yeah, I think people are genuinely excited and want to know like a day in the life. You may not like a certain athlete or a certain celebrity, but you still want to know their day to day, what they do. I see it all the time. I mean, not with me, but I mean on Twitter. Like I know when Kim Kardashian posts something, somebody says, "Oh man, that'll be cool if you tell us." We can see what you do every day when you wake up, and you always like looking at pretty, you always looking at clean. Yeah. What about when you're not? I mean, what do you do on your off day? What are you doing when you just that's what people want to know. I think it's a great deal with Amazon because she can definitely show the world more to her than tennis.
Yep, and I love the fact that you'll be able to create scripts and non-scripted programming as well. I think this executive producer, this the ability to be able to kind of create your own path, because we were having a conversation even earlier at the barbershop about, shows that were not being able to benefit in the long run, especially when it gets into reruns, because people were out of position of not being in the executive producer role. And I think when you're able to create your own script or non-scripted programming, this goes a long way that you'll be able to benefit in the long run and not just for the season when it's on. So I'm excited that she has this creative control, and I think it's going to be real nice for her. And then finally, man, we thought we were going to see Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson, but instead he's going to fight Kevin Mcbride.
Now, Kevin Mcbride, for those that don't know, he's the one that Mike Tyson fought when he came out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
Mcbride, he lasted a whole 3 minutes. I think he lasted a whole.
Yeah.
About it. But I really wanted to see Holyfield and Tyson. I would have. I bought Roy Jones Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
I would have bought it. Triller does a really good job with the whole putting the show on. They have a show this weekend. So there's a lot that's on that's at stake at this. And I think Holyfield and Tyson would have been a big buzz. I think a lot of people would have talked about that. I think they would have made a lot of money on that.
Yeah. Do you think this is kind of like the future of boxing, man? Because these guys were the prime. We saw them in their prime, so we were able to enjoy when the heavyweight division was one of the major divisions in boxing, and we were able to enjoy that. Of course, coming off the middleweight with Sugar Ray Leonard and Thomas Hearns and some of the great ones in that level. But is this what boxing has become to, that we've got to kind of retread some of the older boxers?
It is like, I don't know if you know Triller, though. They're the ones that came up with this idea of having, a YouTuber fight another guy, but then making it to a celebrity type thing where you have entertainment and music.
Mm-hmm.
So Oscar De La Hoya is fighting on July the 4th weekend, I believe it is. He's fighting on Triller as well. They haven't said who, but he's fighting somebody, I think, in the MMA. They're doing something like that. They got some of the older boxers who fought back in the Julio Cesar Chavez is fighting Hector Macho Camacho Jr., the son. Dad, he's fighting the son. He's like 20 years younger than him or something like that, but he's fighting him in Mexico. There's just a lot of fights they're putting together like this because they see that it's a moneymaker and we
love it. And I think that's just, we reliving the moment. It's, people love to kind of relive a certain point in their life, whether we were 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, people love reliving some of the great memories. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's successful. I just think, G-Man, it needs to probably go 3 rounds, man, because I'm thinking about, you fighting in your 50s and it's like, man, I don't care what kind of shape you in. I just think 3 rounds is enough.
I would love to see what the insurance policy is. Look, man, if you die of a heart attack in the ring, I want to see what the insurance policy, because, man, that's something that I think people have to look at and say, you know what? Yeah, you could still move like you say you can. Now, Tyson did look good when he fought Roy Jones Jr.
Right.
Hoya said he's like in his best shape that he's ever been in, but I can't believe that. I mean, 7 years old compared to when you were 28, 27.
Yes. Listen, they want me to do the combine. I think, Jonathan Cook has been challenging me to do the combine for the longest. He want me to get and make a comeback in the combine. I'm like, man, unless the combine is about 3 or 4 minutes, that's it for me. Yeah. I'm good for about a good 3 minutes, and I'm gonna call it a night after that. So I hope this is not the future of boxing, but it looks like that's just the way it's gonna be. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for hanging out with us on the Overtime Sports Show. We do it every Friday, 6 p.m. And, of course, you can keep up with the G-Man. As he said, he's all over the place. G-Man, run the lineup down again.
Yeah, again, and I was just kidding on the whole Christian Mingle. I do have OnlyFans, and I do have a Dolly Master, but the Christian Mingle, man, I thought you was on. No, but for sure, Snapchat, G-Man979, IG, G-Man979. Facebook, I think I'm already filled up, but you can still, I'll delete somebody. Come on in. G-Man Guerrero on there, and then Twitter as well, G-Man979. TikTok, G-Man9. I love to do TikToks. I don't bust it down, but I do some.
He won't bust it down, but it's a great show. Carlton, I appreciate you, Carlton, hanging with us. Thank you, everybody. Be sure to like, share this with everybody, and continue to support the Overtime Sports Show. You can follow me at Faith and Fame with AV on Magic 102.15 to 9 a.m. weekdays, Saturdays from 4 to 8 p.m., and then Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I'm all over the dial, and you can find us on Instagram, Facebook as well. Appreciate you guys hanging out with the Overtime Sports Show. G-Man, it's time for us to get out of here.
We'll be back next Friday.
Yes, sir.